Welcome back to Sepulkrum. We have here a GD-400. While on vacation, one of my cousins came up and he had the other version, the one with blue accents. And he said the battery, well, actually, it had a battery, but these two buttons were not working. I did not travel with tools because I was not planning on working on any watch. Yet I bought some cheapo glasses screwdriver and managed to take it apart. Apparently he likes this type of watch. He owns like four or five. So I took it apart, and after close inspection, I noticed that he had taken it to get the battery replaced after a while, and I did find a speck of battery acid. So the battery had leaked. The guy who changed the battery never told them. The battery ate the board, the circuit board, where the buttons are supposed to touch, and that's why the two buttons on the right did not work. And the guy who changed the battery also lost the speaker spring. So because he liked the other model and he had this one, I did a MacGyver thing here and I switched out the module and the LCD from this watch onto the one he liked, and then I replaced the damaged board onto this one. And now I'm gonna take this one apart, clean it up, and see what I can do. Now these screws with pipe, they're really shallow, so you either need two screwdrivers or a block like this. Let's see if it don't break. Let me find a screwdriver. This watch has never been taken apart. Oh, if it's spinning. The straps have never been taken apart. See, it's super tight. Get another screwdriver. I think I got it. Pipe. Strap. Could have made that slot a little bit deeper. I got it. That screwdriver block really does help. It wouldn't be that easy using two screwdrivers. There's the pipe. Now, oh, the pipe already came out right here. There's the pipe. I could take this off, slide it down. That way I could put everything on the ultrasonic cleaner and clean everything. Look at that. On this one, we gotta remove the two holes, go on the top, this one. Remove the buckle, remove the keeper, remove the pipe, and do the same thing here. And now it's a lot easier to clean all of this out. Move that to the side. Alright, let me get the other screwdriver. At the moment of recording this, I did order a brand new O-ring, and it should arrive today, because I ordered it a while back while I was still on vacation. O-ring is not completely flat, but I'm already here. And the guy that replaced the battery also removed the small tape that goes over the battery. I don't know why they do that. It makes no sense. Let me see if I can remove this. Put that to the side. Let me get my other set of eyes on. So this watch, this module does come on, like I mentioned, but the two buttons on the right here does not work. So I basically did a module swap with the LCD because he liked the positive LCD better. And he kept the other watch. And like I mentioned, it's missing the speaker spring also. Whoever changed the battery messed all of that up. Here you can see the difference here. So it doesn't have, you can see it doesn't have anything here to touch. The battery acid ate everything up. There's just that little speck right there. Right there. That little speck right there. And it just happens to be not in the correct spot for the metal chassis to touch. On this side, the two are, they're not that bad. The buttons work on this side. You can see that here I could probably use a soldering iron and do like a blob, and maybe on this side too, but the easier thing to do is to get a used watch on eBay. So I got this one that got bitten off by a shark, I think. Look at this. And I'm just going to use that module. So I'm going to do the same process on this one. I'm going to take the whole thing apart and I'll be back. Alright, check it out. The other one is completely taken apart because I want to use the faceplate. And as you can see, the faceplate is behind the glass. Right there. So I'm gonna have to do a combination because this glass is in better condition. So it's not going to have that green border. I'm going to use this glass with this faceplate and this module. So I'm guessing you probably want to see it, right? So to remove the bull bar here, I'm using this screwdriver here, poking it in through here, like this. And why am I doing this? Because I want to throw the case inside the ultrasonic cleaner to remove all that old gunk. And to be able to do that, I got to remove the faceplate. There. And I might use the gold bull bar, as it'll look better with the new module. I might even use the green buttons. I don't know yet. Move here. So I'm gonna make one watch from two. Right. I don't want to stretch out the bezel, so I'm gonna remove the buttons first. Where's my little thing here? See, over time, if you don't clean your watch, all this gunk goes into the screw hole, and the screws seize in place, and that's how you get screws that break. That's why it's important to clean your watch. Let me see if I can get it with this. Oh, got it. There it is. Alright, now I gotta remove every button. Start with the light button. Since I'm removing the red, I'm thinking I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna paint the bezel and this light button. Oh, not the button, the G. My painted gold. Make my own version. Two little O-rings. There. the other one. Thought about cutting the video, but might as well let you guys see. The O-ring fell somewhere here on the table. I'll find it. I saw it fall. It's probably inside one of the buttons. I'll look for it later. So everything is empty. Now we remove the vessel. Yikes! Then the metal things here, you just pull them off. Like that. Oh, there it is. Here it is. Set that to the side. Now I'm using a 46 die. Alright, let me clean this up a little bit. You see? In order to clean all this up, I gotta put it inside the ultrasonic cleaner. Something fell. All right, 46. Using my press here. Using my custom rubber die here, which I've shown you in the past. Now I'm making sure that I'm getting this little lip here, not the metal. Right there. And then this little one that doesn't have a number, it comes with the press. Let me bring you down so you can see. There it is. Since it doesn't have a solar panel, these watches are a lot easier to remove the glass. You see this one has a spacer. Look at that. That other one didn't have that. Where is it? Does it have it? Let me see. Maybe it does. If it does, it's stuck in there and I don't see it. Yeah, it does. It's glued in place. I'm gonna remove this because it's gonna come out with the ultrasonic cleaner. I could just replace it later. There it is. Now it's going to be a lot easier to clean. This is the faceplate that I'm not going to use. Packing seal. Let's take a look. Where is the other one? It's gonna look like this. Right. Now I could clean this up, remove all this gunk. It's probably soap. This is why it's important not to take your watch into the shower. See how that one has the black Casio. This one is white. Look at the difference. All right, time to clean up everything. And that is how the water ended up looking at after the ultrasonic cleaner. All right, check it out. Looking brand spanking new. These are the gray ones. Well, one of them are gray, the other ones are black. Basically can't tell them apart now. Packing seal, the glass, cleaned it up. All right, so this is the case that I did not remove that little transparent spacer. That's the one I'm going to use. Already put the other one together. Painted the button. Haven't decided yet. Most likely I'm going to use this button over here. Repainted the G black. I do have a video on how to paint the bezel. Check it out. It does have a damage right here, but I don't want to spend more money on this watch. Alright, so the packing glass is in. Let's get the faceplate. Faceplate is in. Let's do a quick wipe here. Let me get another rag here. Just to make sure that it's clean. Give me a minute, right. I cleaned it up. It has like sticky residue there. I'm not gonna remove it because I don't have to. That should be good enough right there. Let me get my press. Using this one. By the way, I got my heat mat underneath all of this going. Keep the humidity level down. I have the gauge all the way over there, so I gotta set it over here. Oops. Check it out. You can barely see the Casio start and stop, but that's how it was on the negative display watch. You see the faceplate on the other one is also black. If I could find this glass for cheap, I guess I'll buy it and then I'll install it on this watch, because I do like that other glass better. But this one is in way better condition after cleaning it and polishing it. Alright, so next step is install the bezel. That way I don't have to force it. Check it out. Looking a lot better. I'm going to be using the buttons from the green watch. The buttons are gray. I've already lubed the little O-rings here. Look at that, look at that. These go only one way. All you gotta do is find that little corner right there. Now we have to install the C-clips. I'm gonna show you one, and then I'll pause it and do the rest. All right, let me do this one right here. Just set it right there. Stay right there, come on. Sticking to the tweezers. There, already got it started, and then with the other side, all I did is just push it in. There it is. All right, let me do the rest and I'll be back. All right, all the buttons are in. Check it out. Now I gotta slide in the little metal tabs. I could have done this before installing the bezel, but the stickiness here of the tape, it's no longer sticky. And they would have fallen. Right there. See it? Now I gotta do 3 more. All right, they're all in. Let's put that to the side. So these are the gray ones. These are the black. I'm gonna use the gray ones. So the G-shock goes towards the front. Let me see if I can slide this in here. Like that. Then go like this. Find one of the pipes. And slide it in. One of the spring rods. And this one looks to be the newer one, or the less scratch. There it is. Be careful you don't lose the pipe. I already done the other one. And I have a plan for that one. Hopefully it works. Because, don't go away, I have an idea. See if I can fix this module. Alright, so let's clean this up. I still gotta change the battery on this. I don't know if it's the original battery or if it's been replaced, but we're about to find out. Let's make sure that it's fully seated. Look at that. Look at that. Damn. Looks beautiful. Alright, got my little pin here. Lift. Panasonic, and it's the original one, and I'll show you why. Let me get a new battery. Alright, so newer batteries come with this logo right here. This battery, the old battery doesn't have it. That means it is one of the original old batteries. I thought I had Panasonic 2016, but I don't. That is my last Renata battery. So I guess I gotta buy more. Let's do an AC reset, which is right here. And double check. And it went back to 0. Let's do it again. I like to see it turn off like that. That's good. Let me double check here because I feel like it needs to go in a little further. Yeah, it won't go in anymore. Let me get humidity level down to 28%. Oops. The new O-ring, 103.95345. Let's get it looped up. I'm running out of space. All right, so let's find the little cushion right here. And I believe it goes like this. Is it? Nope. Like this. Yeah, like that. Right there. Back cover. Double check, triple check. Make sure that O-ring is in the channel. See? There's something here, and I think it's the little sticky from the battery. moved again right there. Gotta make sure that O-ring is perfect. Right there. Alright, let's see if I can do it. One, two, three, don't fall. Notice how I'm applying pressure with my thumb. That way the O-ring does not move. One, two, three, four. Let's double check. One, three, and four. Check it out. Now this thing looks like $1,000,000. Bring this back to New York. I'll set the time later. Do the like 3 seconds. Flash alert off. What is it? DST. Let's put it on because we're still on summertime. Check the light. Light is working. Sound is working. World time. Let's go back. I like to set the second time to Tokyo. There. Alarm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Timer. Stopwatch. Back to home time. Just notice that I forgot the keeper. Like always. Always forget. There. All right, let's see. Pipe is flush. So you have that little space in there, so you gotta make sure you shove everything inside that little space. Like that. There it goes. Let's do the other one. There goes the pipe. There. Did the pipe fall from this one? No. Alright, so now it's just reverse everything. screwdriver. Double check. Get the other screw. Now I gotta use my block to tighten it up. Before I do that, let me install this little screw right here on the side. Right there. Let's clean it up. Find the bull bar. There it is. Set it down. Tighten it up. This other side. There it is. And voila. Look at this. I put it on. Right there. 4 holes left. 7.5-inch wrist. Looks pretty nice. Pretty damn nice. Alright, let's take this apart and see what we can do. Alright, so before I take it apart, let's put a battery in so you can see. I'm going to use the same battery I took out from the other watch. It's on. Let's do an AC reset. It's off. It's on again. So let's go to the stopwatch right there. If I press here, you can see that it doesn't do anything. Now, it still does have a little bit of meat right there. So if I lay this pin here and touch right here, you see the stopwatch started going. Let me see if I can stop it again. Stopped. Let me see if I can reset it. Look, the top one doesn't work. Let me see if I can do the same thing here. This one is a little bit more difficult. Because it doesn't have that much left. But yeah, I got it. Look. So, I have an idea. Let's remove the battery again. Let me zoom out so I don't keep coming out of focus. All right, before you take this apart, make sure you get oriented. The two little holes here, I believe, are the top. Let's double check. Yep. So the two on the top is 12 o'clock. That little cylinder and the tilt sensor go, well, in the back it goes to the left. Keep that in mind because it's symmetrical and you could install it basically backwards. The clips were stretched out by the guy that replaced the battery before, so I have to fix that. And in order to fix that, I have to unclip it from here. Let me see, it only has one. To separate it, it has to, this one also. So I can separate the plastic, and then I could bend each tab. That way, when I put it back together, it's tighter. All right, let me get my secret weapon. Secret weapon is conductive ink pen. That way I don't have to solder. Hopefully, it'll work. This one I can see I still got a little bit here. Oh. Zooming in, hopefully I won't move too much. And on this one, I think I got a little speck right here. Not really worried if it doesn't work because, you know, I already fixed the watch, but all right. Just gonna let that dry for a little bit and put it back together. All right, let's put this back on. And to orient myself, I think it goes like this. This touches there, so I believe it goes like this. Well, I forgot to bend the clips. Bend the clips. That should be good. All right, let's try again. This. Oh, and it had to close, huh? Open it up. Open. only needs to hook on 2 clips here. Gotta find that sweet spot right there, there, and here. I think I got it there and right there. Right there. Let's open that up. Okay, so this move right there. I gotta put on my other glasses. So we said the tilt sensor goes to the left, and the 2 little dots are the top, 12 o'clock. Should go like this. Now all the clips are on. Perfect. Get this little spacer here. Clip it in place. Let's do an AC reset. And it's on. And it works. Stopped. Oh, this side right here needs some modification. But this one is working, the one on the bottom. This is why I hate negative displays. Alright, let me see if I can fix this right here. So this one is not working. Let me see. Can I touch here and we'll... Can I touch this little dot right here? Nope. I keep touching the light button. I have to find the sweet spot. Where are you? There. So it's somewhere around here. So let me put a little bit more of this and I'll be back. All right, check it out. Got it going. Split. Stop. And clear. So I fixed it. I just added a little bit more of that conductive ink. And now it's working. So let's put it in this. If the bezel wasn't that expensive, I would probably buy another one because it is broken right here. But the bezel, a brand new bezel, is worth more than a used watch. So let me put it back together and I'll be back. I found this spring on the parts bin. Stretched it out a little bit just to make sure that it's long enough. And it should work. Let's see if I could put it in. I think it should go right. Gotta make sure it goes in. Let's do a test. Where's the back cover? Where is the back cover? See? I might have to do let me do an AC reset again. Just in case. There. Alright. Let's do a test. Oh, you hear that? Works perfect. Alright, let me close this up. Alright, so the green straps are messed up, like I mentioned at the beginning. They were bitten by a shark, I think. Look at that. So I'm gonna try to install these nylon straps here. There is no strap adapters for this watch. I got these when I bought my strap adapters for my Frogman a long time ago. They are 24 millimeters. 24. So I think here is 26. Oh no, it's way bigger. 29.1. So this little clip here reduces the gap to 24. I don't know if these can be bought separately because they come with the original straps. To be honest, I didn't even check. So I'm using the original pipe. I should have used a little bit of grease. Make it slide a lot better. There. Just gotta make sure you open up the hole. And you gotta make sure you push it in so it's aligned here. There. It went too far. Yeah, I think that's good. Got one. Now this one, because it's sewed in, I might get try to get a needle strap similar to the ones that I got on the. Let me see if I can unhook it. On the Overland here. I just gotta check to see if the Velcro goes. Yeah, it does. The Velcro goes through the hole, so I could get one of these. But for this, I think I might have to slide it in this way. If you've been following me, you know that I don't like wearing the resin straps because I get itchy. I want to see how this feels. If not, I could just order a regular needle similar to this. And there it is. Bada bing. Should I put it on this one? Let's try it on this one. That way I could try it. I could do both. Alright, so slide it in through here. Screwdriver. Alright, slipping on the other side. I'm not gonna tighten it because if I like it, I'm gonna switch it. So let me try it on. Too short. I only have 3 holes left. Then I have a 7.5 wrist. Maybe with a Velcro, I feel better. But it does feel comfortable. It just needed to be a little bit longer. But it does work. It does work. Maybe if I put it backwards here, let me see. Maybe like this. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I could also change, maybe. No, I can't. No, I can't. That buckle was probably pressed in there or sewed in there. I was thinking maybe use the original G-Shock. But what do you guys think? Original straps or the nylon? I'm gonna try to get that needle. See how it feels. That's gonna be it. Let me know what you guys think. I think this watch turned out pretty damn nice. What do you think? Boom.